I planted a vegetable garden in my apartment complex abandoned flower bed. Now management is selling my produce to a local restaurant. I planted a vegetable garden in our apartment complex's neglected dirt patch. Yesterday, I discovered our property manager harvesting my tomatoes to sell to a Chunjay farm-to-table restaurant down the street. When I moved into Parkview Apartments last fall, the community garden space listed in the amenities was nothing but a weed-choked, trash-filled dirt rectangle. No one had touched it in years. I asked the office if I could clean it up and plant some vegetables. Showing them my plans, the manager, Diane, barely looked up from her phone. Sure, whatever, just don't expect us to water it. I spent 3 weekends pulling weeds, clearing trash, and improving the soil with compost I collected from my kitchen scraps. I installed a simple irrigation system using my own money. I planted tomatoes, peppers, herbs, zucchini, and leafy greens, tear it all from seeds I started on my windowsill. For 6 months, I've been out there every morning before work, weeding, pruning, and checking for pests. Other residents started noticing Mrs. Rodriguez from 3B would bring me coffee. The twins from 2A helped water when I had to work early shifts. It became a little community thing, and I'd share whatever was ready to harvest with anyone who expressed interest. Yesterday morning, I went down to pick some tomatoes for dinner and found Diane and a guy in a chef's coat selecting the best produce and placing it in restaurant-quality containers. They had already harvested half my San Marzanos and most of my heirloom varieties. "What are you doing?" I asked, genuinely confused. Diane's face flushed, but she recovered quickly. "Oh, good morning. This is Alesh Dantan from Harvest Table downtown. He's been looking for locally grown produce, and we're partnering with him to showcase our community garden." "Or community garden," I repeated. "You mean the abandoned dirt pile that I transformed, planted, and have maintained for 6 months using my own money?" The chef looked uncomfortable. "I was told this was a property amenity. We're paying $400 a week for exclusive access to the vegetables, $400 a week for my plants, my daily labor, my expertise, and I hadn't seen a dime or even been informed." "You need to stop right now," I said. "I purchased them, planted them, and maintained them." "Actually," Diane said with a smirk, "according to your lease agreement, any improvements to the property become property assets. Section 12, paragraph 3. The garden is on our land, so legally these are our vegetables." I pulled out my phone and started recording. "So, you are saying that after ignoring this space for years, after giving me explicit permission to create a garden, after contributing nothing to its care, you are now claiming ownership and selling the produce?" "Don't be dramatic," she snapped. "We're enhancing the building's profile. The restaurant will credit Parkview Gardens on their menu. It's good exposure for everyone." I posted the video online tonight. This morning, 3 local news stations contacted me. The restaurant canceled their arrangement with Parkview and offered to pay NP directly instead. 6 neighbors have already submitted formal complaints to the property management company. The best part, Mrs. Rodriguez's daughter is a lawyer who specializes in property disputes. She's taking my case pro bono and says Diane's interpretation of the lease is creative but completely unenforceable. I've started keeping detailed records of everyone who enters the garden area. The combination lock goes on tomorrow. Some people think permission equals ownership, but they forget that communities grow from the seeds of individual effort, not corporate entitlement.